We're late. We're late. Okay, cat's here. Hey, good morning, everyone. This is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum, and I'm Greg, Mester Scrum and Agile coach. And what we're going to talk about today is kids, cereal, I couldn't fit in the title, baseball, and priorities. So I'm going to give you a baseball analogy for helping you to establish priorities for anybody who is trying to figure out, well, how do I make these decisions? And we'll kind of go through that and talk about kids and cereal and learning lessons, right? So this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way so that you can deliver value to your customers without working crazy hours, get home to your family and friends at a decent time, and have some fun in work and at home. And so we'll be talking about today. So it's funny, and there's going to be some interesting things. So kids and cereal. That is an analogy for what I saw the other day in Classic One for being a coach or Scrum Master or any kind of leader, whether it be you just know you're in a subject matter expert, let's say. There's a difference between telling people what to do and then letting them learn from their mistakes. The other day, my son, I tell him a million times, do not eat food in the living room because the dogs will want to eat it because they're garbage dogs. They're rescues, right? So I don't know if they've gone through garbage to eat or how they had to find their food or did they get malnourished or what happened, right? But I have a feeling there's something about that. So I'm like, look, don't eat on the couch. Don't eat on the, eat in the kitchen at the kitchen table so the dogs can get in it. Oh, blah, 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 blah. So he got some breakfast cereal, kids' breakfast cereal, has it in his bowl, sitting on my chair, and boom, cereal everywhere, right? You can tell people that stuff to do all the time, but until they experience and fail on their own, they're less likely to actually pay attention to what you're saying, right? It's good to say it, let them experience it, and then they do a better job at understanding it themselves, right? It's programmed into their brain. Just telling something is not going to help program it in your brain. That's why when I give classes, we do a lot of exercises, right? Versus me just talking for 8 hours, because that's a waste of your brain. So anyway, so that's the first thing. It's a good example of working with people and training people and coaching people that unless they do it, they're not going to remember it. You just telling them all the time, don't be disappointed when they don't listen, but be aware of it, that there is a possibility they're not going to listen to you and that they just have to experience this. And when they experience it, don't yell at them. Don't just say, hey, now you know. Don't even get mad at them or anything like that. You might want to have them clean it up with you, the mess they make. So, well, you clean up the mess. You made it. It's you made the choice. So, but that was just an example of that with the kids. Now, the funny part with the baseball, right? And the priorities. I wasn't thinking about this today, but however, apparently we have, my kids have baseball practice today and karate. So it's funny, what are the priorities that we have for the kids and for baseball? Right now, karate's taking the priority because they're learning how to be more aware of what they do and all that kind of stuff, and just hand-eye coordination still with the karate and some stability and some discipline and stuff like that. So it has a lot of benefits. Baseball is fun, right? So there's a priority difference. But what I want to talk about, and I got the baseball and bat, right? Baseball season's coming up, right? Real interesting case where I was working with a group of people the other day and trying to figure out priorities. And I want to give the analogy, especially in Agile. I love Agile because it does what it does. Waterfall, I love waterfall too. To be honest with you, I can do it. I just do it the right way, not the way everybody else does it. When you look at a year-long process, you go, oh, I got all this stuff over the year. When you do an Agile, you're not looking at the whole year. You want to know what the year is, but there's stuff you just don't pay attention, don't bother with, don't even talk about. But other people, we need to talk about them. No, why do we need to talk about them? So in baseball, I'm going to draw a little diamond here. right? And then there's the three bases. There's on base, right? On base. I can't write. On base, right? You got at bat. Oops, I can't spell this morning. At bat. And you got the batter's box, right? And then you have like the lineup. Then you have the lineup. Okay. Now, when you prioritize stuff, like let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 blah. And they got these items that you want to do, right? And this is where OKRs are pretty cool too, because it ties into OKRs. This is the perfect analogy for OKRs. It's a great one. And it's a great one for priorities. If anybody wants to know how to do this. So yes, people. So, okay, if I have a person here on first base, woo, and I got a person here on second base, woo, and a person here on third base, right? And I got a person here at bat, right? What is actually in process, right? These guys are in process. This one's not is in next in line. So the first three things should be your top priority. And they're on base, right? So the first three things. The next one or two, the next one's at bat. So one of these first three, because he can't get on base. This is great. This person can't, or he or she cannot get on base until one of these people get off the base. Oh my God, this is so cool. So the baseball player can't get in process, and this is a good whip. This is your whip. Oh my God, I never thought of this until we just did it now. But this is your whip. I should do this. I should sell this. This is your whip, and this person can't get on base until one of these people move. The same thing with this priority. Here's your first three priorities you're going to work as a group. Could be your OKRs for the quarter, right? This is the first quarter. Until one of these first ones get done, the next person can't get on base. Got that? And then the next set, maybe, okay, so that one's at bat, right? This one's at bat. This one's in the batter's box. Okay. So you got one on bat, one in the batter's box, right? Little person in the batter's box. I love this. This is awesome. So they're in the batter's box, but are they doing anything? No. Are you working on it? Are you worried about it? No. They're just sitting there swinging their bat, waiting to go until it's a chance to get there. Now, here's the thing. From a corporation perspective, if you don't get these things done, this batter's guy, they never get in, right? You got to move the whip, right? It's got to go. Now, all these things after that, who really cares? I mean, come on. If you're watching a baseball game, they talk about the first three up at bat because there's 3 outs, right? 3 outs in baseball. If you don't get past the 3 outs, the rest of the lineup doesn't matter. But they always do. How are they going to do three opportunities to get on base, right? So these are your best opportunities. Oh, God, baseball's such a good priority thing. We should use this all the time in Scrum and in OKRs and Agile and Kanban. I gotta write this up. So anyway, it has so many things I can't do in 15 minutes. So many plays. But you don't worry about the rest of it, because I was in the meeting and we're looking at this big long list, right? And I said, they're listing them up. I said, but anything below the batter's box, what do you really care about? Right? You're never going to touch it. So don't even bother talking about it in your meeting. So you may have 15, so maybe you have, 15 to 20 items that are in your backlog. But really, once you get the first 3, 4th, and 5th one, once you get past the 5th one, until something moves, it doesn't make any sense to even talk about it. And you got plenty of time to talk about them, because it's going to take time for the other ones to get worked. You think about it, right? So think of it as baseball. Do this. Can I do it? Think of it like a baseball game. right? And let me see. So if you ever want the analogy and had to explain something, how to do priorities, tell them think about like baseball. If they like baseball. So this is your first priority, right? Do I have another color? I have a red. Where's my black one? And then this is at bat, right? You may be able to do batter's box. Then everything else below it, don't care, right? Don't care about anything below it. These are the ones you worry about. Those are the ones you prioritize. So that's how you prioritize work. And that's how you think about what are you going to work on a priority and what conversations you're going to have during your meetings. You may list 20 some odd things up there on the wall that are goals for the year, but you're only going to talk about the first 5. The 3 that are on base, that are supposed to be in work, the one that's at bat, that trying to get on base right now, but I got to get one of the other 3 out of my way before I spend more money on more stuff. I got to get this done before I spend money. And I'm definitely not spending money on the batter's back. Just knows what do we have to get ready for that when they get worked on. And then the last 15, I'm not going to talk about them until I move some of these 5 up. Does that make sense? I think this is a great analogy. This is pretty cool. Anyway, that's what my idea. I could write a whole book on that one. So maybe I should. I don't know. So maybe I will. I hope you have a great day. This is a Thursday. And again, this was our 565th episode. Trying to change it up a little bit, trying to talk about what we're going to talk about at the beginning of the show, just to let you know what we are going to talk about throughout the 15 minutes. And, our show's within 15 minutes within the time box, just to prove that you can get a lot done in a daily scrum. You don't need more than 15 minutes to do that. So with that, go play some baseball. And then go have some fun with the kids, right? I hate to figure out how I'm going to tell them the priority is karate and not baseball. So I think we already told them, but we'll see. Enjoy, have fun, and happy scrumming. Take care. Bye. See ya.